Hey everyone, welcome to Comic Yahud, your place for classic comic stories. Today's quick recap, The Flute with 6 Smurfs. Let's dive in. As storm clouds loom over the castle, 2 workers struggle with a heavy log, exchanging dry remarks about the approaching tempest. Guards whisper about past troubles, while a nurturing woman calms crying children, promising peace soon. In the chaotic kitchen, a chef frets over a curdled sauce, his young assistant watching anxiously. Meanwhile, in the royal quarters, the king and his advisor, Johan, humorously discuss the kingdom's musician, Peewit. They hide behind a curtain to escape the noise, only to be interrupted by a merchant eager to showcase his gems. Fearing Peewit's interest in musical instruments, they quickly send the merchant away. Peewit, unfazed by the merchant's abrupt departure, cheekily claims he used a silencer during his performance. The king, spotting a flute on the ground, dramatically pretends to nap on the cobblestones, hiding the instrument. Once Peewit is out of sight, they decide the flute must be destroyed and toss it into the fire, leaving behind only ashes. Their relief is short-lived as a fire erupts in the king's room, filling it with ominous green smoke. Emerging from the smoke, Peewit holds the flute, untouched by flames. As he plays it, a dark cloud erupts, sending Johan and the king flying, covered in soot. Delighted by the flute's newfound power, Peewit uses it to make people dance uncontrollably, starting with the court-martial and Lady Barbara. His mischievous antics continue as he sends soldiers into a confused tumble. Amidst the chaos, Lady Barbara passionately recounts her ordeal to the king, while Peewit bursts in to demonstrate the flute's magic, leaving both Johan and the king dancing against their will. Later, in a village inn, a merchant realizes he's left a special flute at the king's palace, intriguing a bearded man in red who decides to investigate. The next day, Johan's archery practice is humorously interrupted by Peewit's flute, leading to a confrontation with an angry man whose trousers are pierced by a stray arrow. Peewit's magic again saves the day, making the man dance uncontrollably. As they discuss the flute's power, a cheerful rider arrives seeking directions. Johan helps him, and as the rider departs, Johan and Peewit humorously prepare for any possible retaliation. Yet, Johan's instinct sense something amiss as they walk through the forest. A pair of eyes watches them, and the rider from earlier waves after losing his hat. Johan, ever helpful, offers to retrieve it, while Peewit shouts down with caution. As Johan descends into the quarry, a scheming man seizes the chance to examine Peewit's flute. Unnoticed, Peewit's goat charges at him, sending him tumbling into the water below. Johan heroically dives in to rescue the struggling man, Matthus Peppersack, who blames the goat for his fall. Peewit lightens the mood with a joke about the unexpected swim, and they consider seeking help from the castle. Meanwhile, Peewit suddenly recalls his flute left uphill, urging Johan to retrieve it. Matthus unexpectedly seeks help to climb a cliff, only to be humorously thwarted by Peewit's goat. Amidst the chaos, Matthus introduces himself, trying to ease tensions despite his frustration at not obtaining the flute. Later, in a cozy setting, Matthus praises Peewit's musical talent, lifting Peewit's spirits as they bond over their shared love for music. Matthus cleverly gains Peewit's trust, eventually playing the infamous flute, which spirals into chaotic dancing, reflecting its uncontrollable power. The following morning brings a shocking discovery: Peewit is found tied up and gagged, leading to a furious confrontation with Matthus, who has stolen the magical flute. The king, realizing the flute's dangerous potential, agrees to help, and Johan reassures Peewit they can catch Matthus. For 3 weeks, Johan and Peewit traverse the countryside, gathering information, only to find themselves at a lively village with no clear leads. Their frustration shifts when Peewit's hunger uncovers a man tied up by Matthus, reigniting their determination. Meanwhile, Matthus uses the flute to slyly acquire valuables in Katniss, only to be confronted by Johan and Peewit. However, Matthus skillfully escapes, leaving Johan and Peewit dizzy and unconscious from the flute's chaos. As they pursue Matthus, a crowd demands his capture, but Matthus cleverly uses the flute to cause widespread dancing, slipping away once more. Johan and Peewit find themselves captured by villagers, wrongly accused of being robbers. After clearing their name, they realize Matthus has likely escaped again. Feeling the weight of their quest, Johan suggests seeking the wizard Homnibus for assistance. Upon reaching Homnibus, they explain their plight, learning that the Smurfs may hold the key to defeating Matthus. Intrigued by the possibility, Johan and Peewit agree to a magical solution through hypnokinesis, leading them into a deep, enchanted slumber. Awaking in an unfamiliar land, they encounter a cheerful Smurf who guides them to a vibrant Smurf village. There, they meet Papa Smurf, who reveals the Smurfs' pursuit of Matthus and the magical flute. As they discuss its power, Peewit's frustration over its creation is palpable, while Johan emphasizes the urgency of their mission, setting the stage for the next thrilling chapter. Papa Smurf proposes crafting a new 6-holed flute to counter the threat posed by Peppersack, filling Johan and Peewit with anticipation. The Smurfs unite in this effort, estimating it will take 3 days to complete. Amidst the bustling activity, Peewit's skepticism causes a tense moment with Papa Smurf, but Johan skillfully diffuses the situation, keeping everyone focused on the looming danger. As the Smurfs work tirelessly overnight, word arrives that Peppersack plans to loot and escape by sea, prompting Johan and Peewit to act swiftly. They eagerly await the flute's completion, only to find it lacks magic. Papa Smurf realizes mandrake sap is needed and sets out to address this. Their journey takes a surprising turn when they're startled awake by Homnibus, who attempts to assist them but ultimately falls asleep from exhaustion. Meanwhile, tensions escalate in the castle of Mr. Van Eigenheim, where demands for increased tithes spark fears of revolt. Matthus, a cunning character, proposes building an army with his gold, setting the stage for further intrigue. Johan and Peewit, frustrated by recent events, while waiting Homnibus to awake, suddenly they are interrupted by a gathering of Smurfs outside of house. Papa Smurf presents the magical flute, and Peewit tests it on Johan. Their adventure leads them to Castle Eigenheim, where they discover Matthus's departure to Gravelingen. Racing to the harbor, they see his ship disappearing, but Johan remains undeterred, instructing Peewit to discover its destination. As night falls, Papa Smurf delivers grave news of an alliance between Matthus and the Lord of Eigenheim, prompting Johan to devise a new plan. The scene shifts as Van Elgenheim, worried about exposure, travels to Gravelingen, unaware Johan and Peewit are hot on his trail. In a bustling port town, Matthus exchanges gold for promises, while Johan gathers information discreetly. A dramatic musical duel unfolds between Peewit and Matthus, lighting up the alleyway with swirling notes. Amidst this, Johan lands a decisive punch, and Peewit's spirited playing sends Matthus reeling. Peewit celebrates his victory, his mischievous gleam undeniable. Later, on a ship, they make a humorous discovery of treasure guarded by tied-up bandits. Peewit dreams of endless fun with 2 magical flutes, but Johan insists on returning them to the Smurfs, preventing chaos. Days later, a Smurf spots something intriguing near Gravelingen, announcing a joyful return. Johan recounts Peewit's daring capture of the bandits, earning admiration. Papa Smurf congratulates them on restoring order and agrees to return the flutes. As they prepare to part, Johan looks forward to future encounters with the Smurfs. With joyful farewells, the Smurfs depart, while Johan reassures Peewit that the enchanted flute's trouble is behind them, though Peewit mischievously holds the flute. Despite the mishap, Peewit wraps up their misadventure with a touch of humor, hinting at more Smurf-filled adventures on the horizon. Thanks for watching Comic Yahud. For the full story, click the playlist and enjoy the complete adventure. Don't forget to like and subscribe.